Good morning, everyone. Refugees are people who have left their own home countries because they have suffered or are afraid to suffer from persecution, either because of their race, religion, nationality, political or governmental thoughts and opinions, or because they're trying to escape war. Each of these refugees have a different story. We see them on the streets everywhere, but do we ever stop to think about all that they have been through and then have to come into a new country where they can't understand anything and are a total stranger? My name is Amelia Sena, and here we are with a refugee and his story, Elam Kela. Hello, Elam. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Now tell me, Elam, what was it like living in Ethiopia and Eritrea before the war, and how did it change during the war?
I enjoyed living in Eritrea and Ethiopia before the war. Everyone played outside, and I had many friends there. It felt like home, and I really miss it. Then after the war, people started bullying me because of the fact that I was Eritrean and Ethiopian. I felt like I didn't belong in any of the places anymore. Nobody accepted me.
I can tell it's hard for you, but how hard was it for your parents?
Both my parents had good jobs before the war started. Then once people started fighting, my parents were both discriminated against. Both my parents had to start looking for jobs, and people were always very rude to my parents. When it was my birthday, that is when they brought me to England.
On your way to England, was there anything you noticed about the way your parents acted? Did it feel like a normal vacation, or were they acting suspicious?
On my way to England, I never noticed anything suspicious. It felt like a normal vacation, and I wasn't expecting to be left behind.
When your dad left you, how did you feel? What kind of thoughts were running through your mind?
At first, I thought he was going to go figure something out before breakfast, and that he would be back any minute. When I heard a knock on the door, I thought it was my dad, but instead it wasn't. Once I found out that he had left me behind, I tried to keep myself happy and thought that this was just going to be a big test that I had to pass that showed courage. After a while, it started to sink in that my dad had left me. I was very grateful, though, that the Refugee Council helped me.
Speaking of the Refugee Council, did you like the asylum home for boys they sent you to? How did it make you feel? Did it change you in any way? Speaking of the Refugee Council, did you like the asylum home for boys they sent you to? How did it make you feel? Did it change you in any way?
I really didn't like the asylum home that they sent me to. It made me miss my parents, and I did not have any friends. People were very mean, and it only made me want to leave that place even more as the days passed. The asylum home made me very frustrated. How did it make you feel when you could leave the home? Were you happy that you left? When I left, I didn't know where I was and where I needed to go. I was scared and hungry. At a certain point, I felt like I shouldn't have left the asylum, especially after I found myself walking in a big circle. Were you happy you met the Fitzgeralds? Do you think the Fitzgeralds have changed your life? If so, how? I am so happy and grateful that I met the Fitzgeralds. They have done so much for me, and I could never have done it without them. I think they have changed my life, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to go to school and make new friends. They took care of me and gave me food, more than I can ever ask them. Now, Elam, you loved school. What made you enjoy school more than the other kids? I love to learn. In Africa, there are many people who can't read or write, and we can. So we should be thankful and happy that we are one of the special kids who can. Then, with things I learned from school, I can help my parents and use the knowledge to help me and get stronger. About your parents, I know that they are now in a better place, and they are watching over you and are really proud. But how did you feel when you heard about the death of your mother? When I found out she was missing, I was really, really sad. I already knew that she probably wasn't with us, but I was still hoping for the best. Then, when I found out that she had passed away, I was really mad. I wanted to know why she had to die. I didn't understand what I had done wrong to deserve this. My dad told me that if I work hard, I can take her part, and she will live. How did you feel when you found out your dad was shot? Well, Finally, I thought things were getting better, and I wanted to show my dad the prize I got. But when I heard he'd been shot, I was so sad and mad. I didn't understand why after losing my mom, I also had to lose my dad. But I know now that I need to make sure that my parents live on through me.
How did you feel when you first started the protest? How did you feel after you started to have many supporters? Do you have any further plans?
When I first started the protest, I did not expect so many supporters. I didn't think that so many people would help me. I'm very proud that there are many people out there who are helping me because I could never have done it without them. I will keep trying to fight for my right and my peace. I will always stay true to myself because this is not the end, this is only the beginning.
All right. Thank you very much, Alim, for being here and allowing me to interview you. I hope to hear more from you. Thank you, everybody. That was it for today, and see you tomorrow.